There's an old saying in baseball that on opening day, all the teams are in first place. And I guess with motorcycles, pretty much the same way. Most of the people I know are digging their bikes out of storage, and a day like today, there'll be a lot of them out on the open road for sure. And as I look back every year that I've had the MT09, this is going to be 4 years pretty soon, in fact. I have just enjoyed every ride I've ever been on, and you could watch this video in full 4K. Adjust your device the way you would any YouTube video. Well, we have just gone through the craziest winter. We've only had snow one day. Only one day with the snowblower. But every other day it's been raining. The roads have been wet. Where we used to ride, they salted the things to death. I went out twice on a bike. Didn't even post a video. The roads were terrible. It was not really fun. It took me hours to clean the bike, and I said I'm going to wait for a nice day. Today is that nice day. We're supposed to be up in the 60s actually, and we have gone through this maybe 2-month period of not being able to ride. I am really itching to get out on the open road. Now Luciano has been working on a Honda F4, a 600. He's almost ready for this test riding day, and they may be coming up very soon. What's changed in this winter, and for my friends that follow the channel, we made an office for Karen out of a spare room in the house, where I used to have a train layout, by the way. Well, that job took on a life of its own, and working on an old house, anybody that's ever done it knows how it just goes off the rails very quickly. But we're closing in on having that done now. I'm hoping the weather's going to break. If not, in the next 2 weeks, maybe a month, we'll be riding every day. But in the meantime, any day we have like today, we want to steal a ride. And I want to make sure when I get back, if with any place the roads are salted, that I get the bike perfectly clean again. So let's get out on the open road. Now I know in the past, and I have gotten ants in my pants and just ran to the garage the first nice day of the year and was a little cheap on pre-flighting a bike and checking things, and yeah, sometimes you get away with it, sometimes you don't. But it's such cheap insurance, and today is a day I would not want to have the bike in tip-top condition. And I did spend the better part of 2 years modifying the bike and painting parts and making carbon fiber parts, painting wheels, polishing exhaust. And now today, the reward is the riding season starts. You go out with a little bit of Meguiar's wax and you just wipe the bike down and get any dust that's off it, and you're ready to head out on the open road. And from this point on, I do have a couple more little parts I wanted to make for this bike, but time is of the essence over this last winter, but it looks like hopefully the weather's going to be nice very soon. At the beginning of every ride, I try to evaluate. We had rain, we have so much rain, there's still wet spots anywhere there's shade, and there's still a little bit of loose sand, so it's a little slipperier than I would like that it would be on a perfect day. But later on in this week, if this all dries up, we will be getting some really nice rides. But anyway, as I look over the bike and I think back to the first 2 years I owned it, making all these little parts, and when you're doing it, it seems like a labor of love, and it is. And you always think, well, there'll be one day that I have it all done and it just suits my needs and I'm happy with it, I'm satisfied. And I guess we all get to that point eventually. And I got to that point after about 2 years. I have never looked back or never regretted it. Now, I've said many times, this bike, it suits my personal riding needs, how I like to ride, in the area I like to ride. It probably wouldn't be perfect for everybody, but it suits my needs perfectly. It handles like an RD400, which is what I love about it. The quick shifter, I don't know how to explain to people that have never had a quick shifter how much fun it is. It really is fun. The Michelin tires have been great. Great. The Dunlops that came with it, okay, but not like the Michelins. And the cherry on the sundae on a day like today, the gas was just under $5 a gallon, high test, and I know I'm going to get 50 miles to the gallon. So it just adds up to being a nice package. And the radar detector, knowing that you get a little warning if they're snooping around looking for you with a machine gun nest, it's just a great, great package from me. Another side benefit that I love about this bike, it's the only bike in my collection that has traction control. And when the roads are a little bit iffy like they are today, and we're just coming out of the winter high rain area, there's still little wet spots. Basically everywhere it's shady, there's a wet spot. And knowing that you have the traction control watching your back, very nice feeling. And I really, really am happy with, and thank you Vlad, by the way, getting me the tires, and they're nice and fresh. The Michelin tires, I'm in love with them. I know Jose said it took him many times of changing tires to realize he was happy with the Michelins too. And pretty much everybody, even Luciano, is married to the Michelin. Married to the Michelin, that's fun. And another thing, and I'm reminded of this all the time that I ride the bike. This is the only bike I have with ABS, and I was late coming to the party to appreciating it. It has saved my bacon. And I always think the best word to describe an MT09, it's a hooligan bike. And it's hard to describe how it makes a nice person like me, a mild-mannered person, you get on this bike and all you want to do is go through the quick shifter. You just want to hold that throttle wide open and make those Michelin tires squeal. It is truly, truly a hooligan bike. And I know some of my friends get sick of hearing me say how much I like the low-end torque, the power band. Even these geese, the geese that were checking me out today, they looked at the MT09 and they said, what a cool looking bike. And boy, as all geese always agree, it's got great low-end torque. And I really have a lot of hours into modifying the bike, customizing it, adding parts, making carbon fiber parts, paint work. It was all worth it. The trees are all still naked, of course, but we had that great fall with all the orange and yellow leaves, but summer is coming. And I'm always excited the first ride of the year when I see any tree that's got some green leaves coming out. I know summer's on the way. The only sad thing is today was not that day. I did not see a green leaf anywhere. And there are a million little details, even getting rid of the screws in the scoop, in that screening. Little detail, this bike has literally hundreds of little details. But job one of any bike you ride, and for me especially, I want to have fun when I ride. I don't want a bike that's uncomfortable. I don't want a bike that my back hurts or my wrists or my neck. I want to get off a 3-hour, even a 4-hour ride, and in essence, not be in pain and agony. This bike has a comfortable seat, and the good mileage is just a little plus factor. But hey, now it's time to get back to the ranch. This was a great way to start what I hope is going to be the riding season. Hope we're not going to get any more snow or bad weather. This was the first really nice ride. The roads were a little wet and slippery, but cleaner than I really expected, and temperature 60 degrees. Who's not going to want to go riding? There are a lot of bikes out today, believe me. What a day, and we are starting off the new riding season. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit the like button. And thanks one and all. Thanks so much for watching.